Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel Savas Designs. Today I want to make a video about how I make portraits, how I calculate the proportions of the face, and basically some techniques I apply to make portraits easier and more accessible basically. So first thing I want to say is that I do it very mathematically, and I know many artists don't agree with this, but that's the way I learned how to do it. And of course it helps because our face is very proportional, and if we apply some formula, some geometry, we can have the basic shape of the face. So let me start by showing you what I drew here on the canvas. So the first thing I want to say is that the face is separated into three basic parts. The first is the forehead. Let me write forehead. The second is this area over here is the nose. And the third area here is the chin. All these three areas are equal. The chin might be a little bit bigger on most of the faces, but general rule is that it's three equal areas: forehead, nose, and the chin. Now, this is the green lines. The black circle over there, this circle I drew, represents the top part of the skull. So our skull separates into the circle and this little square. Let me just draw a little square. And this is where our teeth are. Let's imagine those are teeth and our eyes, two big empty sockets. So that's a skull. So the circle I drew there represents the upper part. And the circle includes the nose area, so this part, and the equal part, which is the forehead, and a little bit more, which is the hair. There is the hair. And of course the hair might even land beyond that. So we have the skull. We separate our canvas into three equal parts over here, and we draw a skull that takes the two upper parts and a little bit more. Let's say a fifth or a sixth more. Okay. Then we take the part in the circle, the lower part on the circle, and what I do is to start with the nose. So I divide this into another three equal parts: number one, number two, number three. So this whole nose area is divided into three. The number three, the lower part, is going to be the tilt of the nose, and the two above is just the bridge. So let me do this correctly. Let's say here is the bridge and the tilt, something like this. And here of course you have the nostrils, and every nose is different, every nose has different shapes. And here the line where the forehead starts is where the eyebrows usually land. So let's add the nose. I drew it before, so it's over there. As you see, this is the tilt. It's on the lower part, and two more parts here. And actually you can make different shapes. Maybe you can add a little bit of bones there or whatever you like. So we have the nose. Now we need to draw what I usually do. I draw the eyes. The eyes, so obviously both eyes have the same length, and the distance between the two eyes is also equal to the length of the eye. So the whole distance between the one side of the eye to the other end of the eye is three eyes, let's say. And if you divide those three into parts and you take two of those, they make the nose or the forehead or the chin area. So all this part over here is two eyes, right? And the eyes will sit on the first line of the nose. Remember, we divided the nose into three parts. Between the first and the second part, the eyes will sit there. So now we have these purple lines, which is where the eyes will be. So we have the nose, which has this length, and oops, let's rotate this. You see, this is two parts. So this is the length of the nose. It should be, yeah, exactly there. So it's correct. So this is one part, second part, third part. And now let's just make the eyes. Let me do it in a nice purple color. So the eyes, as we said, are gonna start on the line between the first and the second line of the nose area, and they're gonna look a little bit like this. They stop there, and the other eye something like this. And again, the distance between the two eyes equals the length of the eye. Now let me show you my drawing. I already did the eyes. It's over there. So as you see, we have this length, which equals the distance between the eyes, which equals the other eye, and they sit on number 1 and 2 of the nose area. Let me write the numbers there, so it's always there. So on those two lines is the middle of our eyes. Now let's move to the lips. For the lips, where the eye ends and the left eye ends is usually the tips of the lips. Other than that, because the lips belong in the chin area, we have to separate the chin canvas again into 3 equal parts. So we have 1, we have 2, and 3. Let's say this is number 2. So the upper lip will end on this line here between number 1 and number 2. That will be where the upper lip ends, and then the bottom lip starts. Here is where they end, a little bit more narrow sometimes, and then on the line between 2 and 3 we have the chin, which is gonna look something like this. Let me do it in black. So we have upper lip, it ends on the line between 1 and 2 because we have separated the canvas again into 3 parts. And then we have the lower lip, and of course we can add details on the lips, and then it should be a little bit bigger, and then we have the chin, which is gonna end up there. So let's put our drawing there and see how it looks. Let's undo a few steps. That's right. Here are the lips. So again, we have 3 parts here. On this line between 1 and 2, the upper lip ends, and the tip of the lip is a little bit more narrow than the center of the eye. So that's our lips over there. Now let's do the shape of the face. As we said, this is the skull. We have the skull here. We have the chin there. The ears will be from the eye to the end of the nose. We need to consider that now. And then the face will come, it will narrow down and create a nice chin, something like this. Of course, every face is different. We have different shapes, more square faces, more rounded faces. Depends who you're drawing. Let's add the shape of the face there, right there. Okay. Then delete those. Now let's put the ears. The ears, we already spoke about the ears. It's quite easy. It's gonna be there between the eye, a little bit more up, and it ends where the nose ends. Again, plus minus, depends from the person, depends from the age of the person. Usually older people have bigger ears because the ears never stop growing. And there are our ears. So that's pretty much the anatomy of the face, the proportions. Again, this area over here between the forehead and the top of the skull is where the hair is going to be. And if somebody is bald, of course, it's going to be a circle over there. If they have hair, the hair will overlay the area, and it's gonna look a little bit like this. You see, the skull ends there, but we still have some hair here and there, like here. And then we have the neck. If you want to do the neck, usually starts from behind the ear, someplace there, and it's gonna go downwards like this. And of course, here you have muscles and you have the veins and everything. But yeah, the basics are those. Let me turn those off, just without the guides. Let's see. Oh, and the eyebrows. We forgot the eyebrows. So the eyebrows, here they are gonna sit, of course, between the forehead area. Here is the forehead area. Here is the nose area. The line over there is the eyebrows, where the eyebrows will sit. So that's pretty much it. That's the portrait. And of course, after this, I'm just gonna come and add some shadows and some muscles, the cheeks. Here are the cheeks. We have natural line over there, it forms the cheeks, and it's gonna look something like this. And when you smile, this line goes upwards. When you're sad, this line goes downwards. I hope you're never sad, but sometimes it happens. And yeah, we can fill this area over here and do the shadows, but those are details. Okay, so basically that's it. It's quite simple. It takes practice to like learn how to make the eye, the shape of the eye and the tip of the nose and the lips. Yeah, but if the basic knowledge of the proportions is there, everything becomes easier. When I drew on like paper with pencil, I still do, but mostly now I work on the iPad. So when I draw on the pencil, I used to take my ruler, I used to print out celebrities, and I was measuring their face. I was measuring the length of the eye compared to the length of the nose. Then I went to my piece of paper and I just wrote down numbers, and I was measuring with my ruler, and I was writing, let's say here, 5 cm, that's centimeters, 5 centimeters, let's say. So I would say, oh, the nose has to be 5 centimeters. and this has to be 5 centimeters. And of course, some art people disagree with this, and some people told me, don't do this, this is mathematics, it's not art. But I don't agree, because eventually when you keep doing this and you write with the rulers the numbers, your eye gets used to it, and then you don't need no rulers anymore. You just draw and the proportions are there without even measuring. Just a little bit of measuring, but not with the ruler, at least. So yeah, that's it about the portraits. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found something useful. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. On the next one, probably I will speak about shading the character and about the muscles of the face and the different expressions. That would be something nice. Or if you have something else to suggest, just let me know what you want to see. So yeah, like the video, comment, subscribe, and see you the next time. Bye bye.